Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Mr. Charles?
Hi, Anita. Doing fine. Doing fine.
Good.
How's Detroit doing
Ooh,
with the
the
storm?
weather. The weather is extra cold.
Yeah.
Snow and it is freezing. So for those of you who are just joining us, or if you are brand new to our Let's Talk Autism, what this is just another way for us to socialize and get to know each other and talk about our journeys, our loved ones on the spectrum, or yourself if you're on the spectrum. If you have a question, you can just throw it in the chat. And if you have suggestions or can answer that question, feel free. That's what it's all about, us getting together, learning, sharing, and supporting one another. And of course, we break the monotony every once in a while and we go off topic and talk about other things. But that's all right. That's what it's all about, us getting together and saying hello. But as you come in, please do me a big one and make sure you share some love, hit the love or the like or the care button for me. I'd appreciate it, even if you're not gonna say anything, because it's not a requirement for you to just come in and sit back and tune in. That's all right. If you're tuning in from the group and you like to uh put in the chat, you'll have to click on the actual video that's in the group. That'll bring you to the live chat. Otherwise, if you comment under that video, I may not see the comment till after um, we've logged off. But I see Teresa. Hey, Teresa, how are you?
Hi, Teresa.
How's David doing? And if you'd like to come up on the platform, just let me know. I don't know who this is. OI
Hi, Luis or Luisi.
Luis Luisi.
I'm
Well,
not sure.
hello there to you. Teresa says she's doing good. Great. How's David? How's the weather there in Cali? And how's the weather there in Connecticut?
Well, here we're expected to get between 30 and 40 centimeters of snow, and I think we've got at least 30 centimeters of snow here, and we're expected to be in a deep freeze all week. Pretty much. Not supposed to get above freezing till a week from tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, Monique, how are you?
Hi, Monique.
Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, it's freezing here. I woke up from a nap. My eyes were running, nose was running, so I'm coming down with something. But I took me
Oh boy.
a Dayquil as soon as I felt it. So I'm just hoping. This weather is so fickle, you know.
Yeah. Well,
So,
here we knew what was coming, and in fact, I gave a talk this morning. I gave it over Zoom. All our meetings today were on Zoom here because we knew what was coming, and you know, so so we so I sat in the comfort of our finished basement, gave the talk in front of my computer, and then sat with Cindy over on the couch behind me, and we took in the rest of the meeting.
okay. Yeah, the kids here didn't have school. Well, tomorrow they don't have school, but not because of the weather. It was a scheduled day for tomorrow. But I don't know about all week because the rest of the week is going to be freezing. I think tomorrow is supposed to warm up just a little bit, but not much. And then it's back to the negatives. So, Monique, I see you're in the chat. Did you want to come up and discuss your topic or share your topic? If you'd like to, let me know. Um,
I remember when I was at Michigan State one Saturday morning, the temperature got down to 23 below zero Fahrenheit, and it was about 31 below Celsius.
Yeah, it's
And
ridiculous,
another time, I remember
ridiculously cold.
listening to the radio on a Saturday morning there was at Michigan State, and in a very matter of fact way, the guy was saying the temperature was 2 below zero. You know, like that's normal here.
That's normal here, but you never get used to this weather. But this is the longest though that I can recall that it's been, because it's been a whole week, over a week now. We've had this weather. Um, hey Tommy.
And Tommy, it's a polar vortex. They're saying,
Okay. I know a lot of people, they here in for our city,
Thank you, my son.
always they always mention, oh, the kids aren't going to school again. It's we used to go to school, in this kind of weather, and that was true. But back then the schools were closer. They closed so many schools, and now so many of the kids have to catch the bus to school, and it's too cold for these babies to be out there trying to get on the bus. We used to have a school, at least uh, a half a mile, from your house. So you always walked. But now it's not like that.
yeah, yeah. What part of Detroit do you live in?
I'm on the west side.
West Side, yeah, yeah. As I knew,
Tommy says the autism movement is very important, but this weather is wild. I was just drifting at the store trying to park. Oh yeah, this weather is terrible.
yeah, especially if you write about it on paper, because paper is terrible.
Now, what were you saying?
Was saying that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm in college. In fact, the guy I knew who was president of KSI, he was from the northwest side of Detroit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, he lived
I'm on
on
the northwest.
Longfellow Avenue there.
He lived where?
On Longfellow Avenue.
Oh, okay. I don't stay too far from Longfellow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't stay. Yeah, Longfellow runs north to south, so
yeah.
and where my street runs, so I don't stay too far. So, Monique, you are more than welcome to come up if you'd like. Anyone else, I put the link in the chat if you'd like to come up. Feel free.
I had my son's IEP meeting last week.
Did you? How'd it go?
It went very well.
Very
Okay,
good.
they're
He got
good.
his he got accepted into the adapted PE program.
Okay, perfect. So they got all his accommodations
Uh-huh.
together. All right. That's what's
So
up.
now he takes in the more knowledge of history.
He takes what?
The knowledge of history.
Okay.
Okay.
Because he told my mom that, Nana, Russia used to own Alaska at the time. And my mom's like, yes, they did. But now Alaska is its own state now.
Mhm.
Really? I was like, yes.
So that's
And then,
something
and then
he's
Russia
interested
happened
in.
with World War II against Russia. I was like, yes.
Well, that's awesome. He has something he's interested in. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. But what about his seizures? So they got all his accommodations, medical.
Actually, he hasn't had any episodes.
Oh, no
Very
seizures.
good. Very
That's
good.
He
awesome.
hasn't had any of his episodes at all.
Okay. Um, hi, Hannah. Hannah says, I have twins that have autism born at 29 weeks, ASD level 2 and ASD level 1, 2 intermediate. I appreciate you all who speak for ASD and make awareness possible. Oh, yeah. It takes all of us, it takes the community, us parents, those of us who are on the spectrum, and those of us who support autism. keep autism in your mouth, you know? Hey, Candy,
And
how are
Candy.
you?
And now it's interesting. Of course, those twins were born prematurely, as she mentioned. In my
Uh,
case, my mom told me I was born 3 weeks late, so
oh,
you
you didn't
can't
want to
go by
come
that
out.
necessarily in all cases.
Yeah. So yeah, so Hannah, Mr. Charles is on the spectrum also. So um Candy
Candy,
says Joe trying to eat all the snacks for the store.
yeah,
It hasn't started. You're in Virginia, right, Candy? It hasn't started snowing. Hey, Beth,
I
how are
bet.
you? Okay. Yeah, I seen you pop up, Monique. I don't know what happened. I just seen you pop up. If you can, try again.
Yeah, she might have some issues with her internet, maybe. I don't know.
Then
I'll
also
put
got his grades too. He
you
has
got
6
his.
A's and 1 B.
Very
Oh,
good.
okay. Well, very good. Yeah, we have to clap for our babies. I want to show you guys what Dinah gave me. You guys know?
Coffee. All
Yep.
right.
Listen,
Coffee.
and this beautiful cup. And I want to also thank Dinah if she's in earshot. Thank you once again. She made a generous donation of self care products for our upcoming sweatpants and mimosas. And she sent me this shirt as well and this beautiful cup. A
Oh
taste,
yeah. Well,
taste of Mexico.
sometimes on the well, I listen a lot to the Sirius Sinatra station on Sirius XM, and sometimes they have him sing this song that you'd appreciate, Nita. It's called "Coffee in Brazil," and one
Okay.
of the things that says they put coffee in the coffee in Brazil.
Coffee in the okay. Hey, Monique.
And Monique,
Hi.
Let me see. Hannah says, yes, they were born very early. My one had seizures and my other had a heart defect. So they have a lot against them, but they are 3 years old and working hard in therapy. Well, I'm
okay.
glad they're doing good. Tommy says I was a twin, but I had observed mine, which I is how my slightness of autism came from. I could be wrong. I'm still learning, but I was just wondering. I was a twin.
Yeah.
Okay, did you get a late diagnosis, Tommy? Just curious. Candy said yes, it started. I was trying to save them because unsure what's going to happen tonight. I know that's right. I haven't been out the house. Here it's already started. It's a mess. Cold and icy. So Monique, you had a topic you wanted to share with us. How are you, first of all?
I'm fine. I'm snowed in.
You're snowed in.
Where do you
Okay.
live?
I'm literally snowed in. Like I can't open my front door.
Where do you live?
Really?
So much snow. I can't open my
Wow.
front
Where do you live?
door. I live in Shelton.
Oh, you're living here in Connecticut. Yeah, that's right. Just maybe about 20 kilometers away from me because I'm in Hamden.
Okay. Wow. Literally snowed in. Yeah. We haven't gotten that bad, but it's icy and we're in the negatives. So it's very cold. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, my topic. I wanted a few weeks ago, maybe almost a month. The last time I was actually on. Um, I forget what it was about, but one of the things I noticed that people brought up was when the services
Uh-huh.
when the children become young adults.
Oh yeah.
And I know I wanted to know if anybody's going through what me and Justice is about to go through. So once he gets to stay in school until he's 22,
Hmm.
which is another year because this year will be his 21st birthday. After that, all his services cut because um, all the day programs and stuff,
Hmm.
they only accept people on Medicaid. And
Okay.
Justice doesn't have Medicaid. He because of income requirements, he
Right.
doesn't get Medicaid. He has private insurance. And
Okay.
so I've been looking since he turned 18 on how I feel like that's a form of discrimination, right? I
Yeah.
said this to his worker, like, okay, he doesn't get Medicaid, so that means he doesn't get services. That's like crazy. You know what I mean? I'm even willing to pay for it, but then the cost skyrockets.
Yes.
You know what I
Now,
mean?
can
Like
I
it's almost like it triples.
let me ask you this. I know you now in my case, okay. We have private insurance. Because I retired from the plant. But because he was DeAndre, turned 18, he was still able to get Medicaid through the state because he considered an adult. He's still on my insurance, but he also gets Medicaid. Have you
So
maybe tried the Social Security?
with that is I'm gonna keep it brief because
Oh,
I don't want my business put out there.
right. I
Long
understand.
story
I understand.
short, um, because of how he ended up with all his diagnosis,
Okay.
he has a trust fund,
Oh, okay.
and
You don't
you
have to
know,
say no more. I
um,
understand.
because that's income
Yeah.
and it's you know a certain
Yep.
amount, um, he doesn't qualify for any of those things.
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
like, they've been trying to, um, there's ways I can give up the trust fund and give it to the state and let the state manage his trust fund. And every time I talk to his workers, well, not no more, because I had to kind of get a little bit upset with them for keep mentioning it to me. Every time they mention it to me, and I tell them no, right?
All right.
Don't mention that to me. I'm
Right.
not giving his money, right?
Right.
Basically, to the state, and then let the state say what he can do, what he can't do, and all that, just to get Medicaid, just to get him into a day program.
Okay.
That's not happening, you know.
Oh,
Um,
oh
so if I
I
did
feel
that,
you.
um, I forget the name of the trust. It's a medical trust or something like that.
Okay.
Um, I refuse.
Okay.
Um, I just refuse. I'm not giving his money to the state, and then they possibly think we have too much, take away
Yeah.
what he
Yeah.
already has.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just
That's not fair.
right,
At all.
and it really isn't. And I went to one place, and these day programs in the surrounding areas of where his school, he goes to school in Hamden. So the surrounding areas from Hamden all the way back to where I live, I've been like doing tours. They are
Hmm.
disgusting. I don't see Justice wanting to wake up in the morning to go to these places. They treat these they treat people like Justice horribly. There's nothing for them to do. The workers are not in tune with the clients. And I go to them and I just look and say, I ain't gonna be able to get my son to come here. There's nothing inviting for him. And because he has to have a one-on-one,
Yeah.
and probably for the rest of his life, he will have to have that one-on-one when he goes out in the community because of his meltdowns, and
Yeah.
sometimes they can be very, I'm going to use the word strong. If you don't know him, my fear is he being arrested
Okay.
Yeah.
because people don't
Yeah.
understand, and you know what I mean. Most people don't know what a meltdown is, and how to deal with it. You know, with Justice, when he has his meltdown, you gotta step back. You gotta
Mhm.
leave him alone. You gotta let him go through it, because if you step in to even question him or say, "Oh, you're thinking you're soothing him," he's thinking you're coming at him. That makes it worse. So what I do, and what I got the school to do, is I let him go through it as long as he's not hurting himself. I let him
Mhm.
go through it. I let him walk away. I let him do whatever the heck he wants to until he comes down.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like a drug. I tried to explain this to his new psychiatrist just the other day. It's almost like a drug. Like
Mhm.
he goes to 100 and then he crashes
Comes right back
really
down.
quick.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then when he does that, he gets really emotional and starts crying and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if I feel, I've watched a lot of TikTok videos, and I
Mhm.
feel like if he's out on his own, my fear is my black son will get arrested or shot. That's my
Yes.
fear.
Yeah.
That's
You
my
know,
fear too,
I
Monique.
have another son. My son just turned 34.
Mhm.
He's now on the spectrum. He's an engineer in North Carolina. When we
Mhm.
were living, he was working here in Norwalk, right out of college, and he got stopped. And he immediately called me, so I heard everything. And all I kept hearing was grunts and
Mhm.
noises. And
Mhm.
I also heard him. I heard them call him the N word. I heard them. I heard him. Yes, sir. No, sir. Like I taught him. You know what I mean? I had my daughters go get him. When my son got home, he ran to his room. I said, "No, I want to see you." My son was all bloody. The grunting that I heard was the cops beating on him, and this was at least 5, 6 years ago. So that's a normal so-called person, right? Now you got my 18, 19-year-old that doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
I was
he
really
goes
trying
at
to,
it. I feel like they're going
yeah,
to hurt him. So
they were
he will
trying
never be on his alone. And if I can't find a day program that can accommodate him, I feel
Mhm.
like he's going to spend after school, after he's 22, he's going to spend the rest of his life in the
Now,
house.
the other thing maybe you could try through your insurance. I know Blue Cross. I know here Blue Cross of Michigan. They do have. I'm not sure if it's like a work program, but it's more like where you can get a somebody to come and take them out. Something like what Medicaid offers. I have to look it up and see it's under their behavioral program, but maybe you can see if you can get something like that. But yeah, everything you just said about our children, and it's sad we live in a world like that today. I fear that too, when my son is out there, because a lot of the police and people, they don't understand what's going on. They just think it's a black man acting crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Or he doesn't have to be acting crazy. He just happens to wander into an area where something has just happened, and
yeah,
he quote unquote fits the description of the of
right.
whoever did whatever.
But I would try that, Monique. Maybe try the insurance company. I know it's probably not a day program like you're looking for, but maybe they have where, a care worker can come and they would take them out, to do shopping and go bowling or something like that. So check with that. But has anyone in the chat been through that with an adult on the spectrum? Joe, what about you? No? Uh, hey Dale, how are you? Hey
Hi, Dell.
Penny,
Hi, Pam. Hi,
Jamel,
Jamil. And
Cat's
hi,
Paw, how
hi,
are you?
hi, Cat's Paw.
Yeah, that's the conversation we needs to have, especially when our kids get older. What happens if you don't have insurance? Where can they go? Um, you know, it's always a catch
Yeah,
somewhere.
see, I've never had anything to the extremes that Monique was talking about, um, but I've talked about my daughter being abused, in public schools at each time,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Yeah, it's scary.
and you go in, you think these people have some training or vetted or something like that, and then you find out they're not, and it's I don't know, that's boy, don't get me going, you know me.
Yeah.
But if anybody has any suggestions, if anybody in earshot, Dale, maybe you can give Monique suggestions. She's looking for like a day program. Where can she start? She has private insurance. Well, her son has private insurance. It's always a catch, you know, to things. He's an adult. But yeah, I would like that. That's definitely a topic to be had. But if anybody can give suggestions, that would be beautiful. I need to go to the door because my coffee is here. So you guys give me a minute. I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
Is he hooked up with the regional center, Monique?
What's that?
Is he hooked up with the regional center?
What's that?
Yeah. Remember, things vary from state to state, Teresa.
Yeah.
What is it?
A regional center basically helps you out with different things like programs and doing activities with your child and all that.
Yeah. They might have.
With respite care.
You're in Texas, right?
I'm in California.
California. Okay. Yeah.
No, I haven't heard of that type of program here in Connecticut. Not that title. No. Up here in Connecticut, he's part of the I think the initials stand for Department Developmental Services, DDS. He's part
Okay.
of that. But even they have told me, um, like once he age out, meaning 22, um, he loses all the workers and stuff like that, and I can only use their 1-800 number for any questions or whatever that I have. He loses the services because he doesn't have Medicaid.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Man, that's the thing. And unfortunately, I don't know enough about, even living in Connecticut now for the past 8 years because of the fact that I'm an older adult with autism, but not a parent of a young person with autism, and because I'm level 1 and high in the spectrum, I've been able to live independently all my adult life, so I haven't had to deal with those issues. But and so for that reason, I don't really know too much about what is available here in Connecticut.
Hey, Angelica.
Hi, Angelica.
Now I know here there is also, and maybe you can find a place like that this here. It's not a per se day program. They're called Michigan Rehabilitation Services, and what they do is they help disabled um, individuals find jobs, and they will help with one-on-ones. You don't have to have insurance. Their job, they work with them to um, find jobs through their program. So that's something maybe you can look into. Maybe the state offers that where you are. I'm not sure. Um, and I don't know if Dale. I know Dale works with disabled youth. Maybe she has some information. I can't remember what state she was in. But yeah, great topic. Let me see what we got here.
Another thing, I haven't, since moving to Connecticut, I haven't really been in touch with the Autism Society here in Connecticut, but I know the Autism Society of America has local chapters pretty much everywhere in the country. The main place I dealt with them was in Virginia, because they helped me and they directed me to a neurologist who made the diagnosis. But I haven't had too much dealings with them, since I haven't really had any dealings with them since moving to Connecticut, so I don't know. But that's another resource you could try is
So
try the
I tried
local
the
chapter of the Autism Society of
I
America.
did try the Autism Society,
Right back.
Connecticut years ago, and I just gave up because when he first got diagnosed, I think he was like 12. Um,
Wow.
might have been 12. And I was calling all these places, and I have to admit that after a while, it gets overwhelming and it gets heartbreaking. And also had to think of my mental, because if I'm not good, then I can't help him. And a lot of these places for help, they're it's just not. I So example, I called this place just for counseling for him. I called, I put him on a waiting list when he was like in the fifth grade. He's still on that waiting list.
Wow.
Wow.
I called just for the hell of it. I just called to see what they would tell me, because he is now 19. He will be 20. He is 20. I'm sorry. He will be 21 in July. And I just called right after the new year. I'm going through my books. I have a notebook that I write the numbers of places that I've called and left messages, and so I'm going through the book just to go through it. And I'm looking at this number, and I'm like, they never called me back.
Mm.
So I called, and I gave them his name, his date of birth, and explained. They called me back and said he was still on the waiting list. And I'm like, that's crazy, because now he's about to be 21. I called when he was 12. You got to be kidding me.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
The autism, I don't know, remember the autism the group that you were talking about, Mr. Charles? I called and called and called, left messages, called and called and called. It's almost like in my mind, I'm begging for somebody. That's how I looked at it. I'm begging for help that's not coming.
Yeah.
And I got tired. It got depressing.
I
It that
understand.
looking for help and just looking, and your child is going through all of these issues, and you trying to ask for help, and I'm doing it by myself. Um, it became depressing, so I had to take time out
Yes.
of doing that, because, like I said, I had to think of my mental. in order to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's absolutely understandable. Yeah, that's the thing, and I guess the Autism Society of America depends on where you live and which chapter you're dealing with, because some chapters can be more helpful than others to people, and like in Northern Virginia, they've got a great chapter, Autism Society of Northern Virginia. They've got all kinds of activities, and they've got meetings of parents regularly where you can get together with other parents, and somebody might be able to point you somewhere that might be able to tell you something because they've dealt with it before. But dealing with some of these other chapters, they might not be organized well, and just might not be helpful.
Yeah, but I'm gonna pose this question in the group, and we're gonna keep this because it's important. If your adult child doesn't have Medicaid, then what do they do? You know, that is a very good question.
And that's
And
crazy that these services are like that. Like,
yes,
you have to
yes,
have Medicaid in order to get their help. That's
yes.
mind-boggling to me, because I'm
Or
not coming to you without insurance. He has
mhm,
insurance. He just doesn't have the Medicaid, you know? And I'm also saying to you that I'm willing to pay, but I'm not willing to pay triple
right.
what the cost is. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you that I'm willing to private pay, and then you want to
Mm,
shoot up your cost, and your settings are, there's nothing for him to do. I went to like three of them where the clients are just sitting there picking their fingernails. They're taking me to all these different rooms, game rooms which have
and that's
nothing in
that's
it,
the other
kitchen which has nothing in it. There are
and
workers
that's the
that are
other
supposed to be,
issue right there.
they're workers who are supposed to be working with the clients are on their phone. Like, no, my son is not going to want to come in here. He'll come, and he'll come home, and then I won't be able to get him to go back because there's actually nothing nothing for him to
They
do.
just
He's
have the
just sitting
kids.
around.
Hmm.
Yeah,
and
they're just
and quite a
babysitting.
few of them
Right.
I've been to are like that. And then, not to mention, there's not a lot because they did a lot of budget cuts and they took away a lot of them. So there is not there's really not a lot.
Mhm. Wow. Yeah, we gonna keep this question alive, and that one also. Where are the actual programs who actually do something to help the kids?
Yeah, as opposed to the ones that just babysit them.
Right. Um, it's hard to find the ones that really are passionate about what they do or what they are supposed to do when it comes to working with our children or our adult children especially. So let's keep that. We're going to keep that question alive. I'm going to pose it in the group. We're going to come back to it and tell somebody's going to know an answer. We're going to bring it up again next week. If anybody in the chat has any suggestions, Dale says, please call me. Maybe she can help you or lead you in the right direction. Thank
You
you,
may want to
Dale.
write down that phone number there.
Yes, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Dale was on a couple weeks ago. She has an organization and she works with disabled. So maybe she can at least help you uh, or lead you in the right direction.
Yes, thank you. I will give you a call tomorrow.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you, Dell.
Let me see. Yes. This is Beth says I have a grandson and granddaughter for a couple days. Their mom had surgery. This grandma, you tired. I understand,
Hi,
Beth.
Beth.
Can we start a project for autism awareness? We do that every time we come on, Tommy. It's always autism awareness.
Yeah.
Always. I have Asperger's, the slightest, though I can't spell it right.
Oh, we
Okay,
know
it's
what you
all
mean.
right. It's all right.
We know what you mean. Yeah.
Hannah says, I have therapy for the twins through ABA therapy. The state pays for it in full if you have state insurance. Yep. Yep. That's what she was saying. You know, if you don't have Medicaid, um, you know, it's hard to find programs that are affordable.
Cat's paw.
And we said, and Pammy. My daughter appealed to her insurance to cover extra services. They have to pay more, but they did allow services. Okay. Yeah, I know. Once upon a time, I had to get an advocate for Blue Cross to pay for like speech therapy outside of school. But now in Michigan, they have to pay for certain autism services. That's Dale, Bless Sunday, and Angelica. Hope you're
Angelica.
doing okay, Angelica. Um, she'll have to talk to you about that, Dale, when she call you.
Yeah.
That's the whole issue. That's the whole issue. I see in Connecticut there is a CTFSN, a family support service that helps to connect you with service. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but then once he becomes an adult, so my issue is once he becomes an adult, the services stop because he doesn't have the Medicaid, right?
Yeah.
So that's my issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a
Uh,
solution.
Hold on, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a solution. In other words, it's the problem is you got that, but he's going to lose that.
Right, he's gonna lose it. And I don't want to feel like I have to feel like I'm being bullied to get him on to Medicaid in order for him to get the same services as the child or the young adult that has Medicaid. I feel like that because he does have insurance, right? He should be getting the same services as to a person who has Medicaid.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you're able to get some answers. I hope Dell was able to help you in some way, and especially when you explain to her that the whole issue with Medicaid there, that she's able to give some help to you, steer you somewhere, because there's got to be something that other parents. You can't be the only parent in your position in the state of Connecticut. And there have got to be others and that are in a similar position that are
Yes, I
doing
agree
something
with
about
you.
it.
Hmm. Right.
Your son goes to Aces Academy right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I drive past that regularly because I often get groceries at the Stop and Shop that's just up the street from there. Just up
And that's one of
Sixth
the
Street from
places
there.
he works at because they take them to work.
Yeah.
And he works at that Stop and Shop that's there.
Okay.
Burlington that's there. credit union he works at, Walmart. Um, Monday through Thursday, they take him out to work. And I would like that to continue, when he goes into, because he likes doing it and he likes the fact that he's making his own money. He gets a paycheck every 2 weeks. He likes that. And so once he gets out of school, I would like him to continue to do that through a day program, because I know that he will need a one-on-one in these places. Um, Yeah, but it's hard. And I've been looking since he turned 18. So that's almost 3 years. It,
Yeah.
it's it's
Yeah, I
not
may
easy
have crossed paths
because
with him.
everybody is like, you need Medicaid. He need Medicaid. But yeah, well, he doesn't have Medicaid, and I'm not gonna apply for Medicaid for him. I'm
Yeah,
not willing to do that.
yeah. But yeah, I may have crossed paths with him at that Stop and Shop, uh, possibly. Yeah, my wife is from the New Haven area. Originally lived in the New Haven area all her life, uh, except for the first 5 years of our marriage. We were in Northern Virginia for 3 years, and then Charlotte for a couple of years.
Pulmonologist about a different bronchiectasis treatment option that can help. TreatBE.com. Introducing Chipotle high protein menus with real chicken. No antibiotics, no fillers. Starting at 350, half the protein. Chipotle's new high protein menu is real protein you want to eat. Chipotle for real. Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Imagine being a million miles away. With Truvada, clear skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Truvada goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. Get Truvada even reduced fatigue. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections.
I hope you are able to get some help here with that, and you're able to get some direction. And I know that date is approaching, and time when he turns 22.
Because I started when he was 18, because I thought, I got so much time. But like you're saying, that it's like around the corner. Next year he'll
Yeah,
be 22.
yeah.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had somebody at the door, the guy doing the snow.
Okay. Well, it's good you got somebody shoveling there.
Oh
So
yeah, because I'm not getting out there. It's too cold.
yeah, we're gonna get somebody to guys who's our lawn will probably to do the shoveling tomorrow, to plow our driveway and shovel our walks and everything. Probably do that. But yeah, tonight when I took the garbage out, I just took it down, put it in the garage, because they said the garbage pickup this week is going to be delayed by a day because of the snow.
Mm-hmm. Candy says my son turning 12, trying to find after school activities. Joe will be 12 on February 28th. Joe stepped into home improvement, and it looks like that's what Joe's going into. Oh, home improvement. Okay,
Okay, yeah, very good.
good.
I hope you find something there.
Gail says I'm excited to help you.
Thank you.
Beth says, is there a community public group online like Facebook? Maybe just posting something, reaching out to others in the community to try to connect with other families who have gone through this. Is there a Connecticut group, maybe?
I've joined a lot of Facebook autism groups, and I
Nothing.
don't recall being part of one from Connecticut. I am part of a special needs Connecticut special needs group,
Mhm.
um, and I put it out in that group too.
Yeah. Well, that's good to put it out there, and
Yeah,
maybe
because it's
somebody there
it's
can help.
a very good question. Very,
I know when
very.
I was talking to his DDS worker, and they tried really hard to convince me to give up his trust fund. And I had to say to the lady, I know Justice is not the only one in the state of Connecticut that doesn't have Medicaid. How do you help these other people? And the way she was talking was like she actually was able to convince them to give over their income so that they can get the Medicaid. And I said to her, well, you don't have to talk to me again because I'm not doing it. That's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Crazy.
the non charter.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to. That's a shame how they have that set up like that. You know,
And that's
I don't
actually
like that
income from,
either.
that's actually, it's not just a trust fund, but it's making money. So it's income for him. So I'm giving up his income to the state just so they
Yeah,
can
Just so
divvy
they'll
out
help
little
you.
bitty.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's
Then
not happening.
the paycheck goes away. Then yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, they want you to have absolutely nothing, you know? That's a shame.
Not
Uh
to sound like a broken record, but I always say follow the money. What's a benefit to them? That for a county or a state to take somebody in like that, they're getting paid for that. Every
mhm.
time I would take Jilly out of a public school situation, put her in something private, CPS comes shows up at my door because they're losing, what was it at the time, $3,050 a month that school would get for having her in there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's upsetting to them, and that's a big pet peeve for me.
and Beth, yeah, yeah. So you got 28 centimeters of snow in Dowagiac.
Let me see. The Y G
Dowagiac.
the Wajak. That word gets me every time.
Yeah. Well, I knew somebody from Dowagiac when I was in college, so that's how I know how that's pronounced. I know it's in the southwestern part of the state.
Okay, you guys, we have a few more minutes. So we are going to our last thoughts for today. And I gotta go get me something to eat. DeAndre will be spending another night with his dad. So I have another night of quiet because they don't have school tomorrow. And so final thoughts, Mr. Charles.
I thought everybody have a good week. Take care of yourselves, and Monique, I really hope that whether Dell is able to help you or whatever, that you're able to get some answers, some help in getting what your son needs,
We're gonna
getting
we're gonna
something
keep
that will
this
work. I
we're
really
gonna
hope
keep this
so.
question alive. I'm gonna pose it in the group too. We're gonna keep it going till we find some help somewhere. Yeah.
Thank
Teresa,
you.
final thoughts?
Just have a great week and stay warm.
Oh yeah. Joe, final thoughts?
It's going to be snow. It's going to be cold. You might as well go out and play in it.
I'm staying
I'm
indoors.
looking forward to chucking Jilly down a hill tomorrow, something like that.
Oh, that'll be fun. I'm staying under my blankie. Monique, final thoughts?
Well, we're snowed in, so we can't get outdoors. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
We just gonna be snowed in and watch movies until somebody can come and shovel us out.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thank you. Great conversation as always. And hope to see you guys next week, same place, same time. If you are part of the book club, we are having a book club meeting tomorrow at 7 p.m. where we will be discussing chapter 1 and chapter 5. I did post those in the group. Um, and then the week after that will be our final discussion. We're going to finish out that book. And please, you guys, if you have any book suggestions, those of you in the book club, make sure you let us know so we will start the new book. Dale says everyone have a good night. All right.
All right. Good night.
You too.
Good night, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Night, everyone.